Lewis?
Nice to meet you, man.
Good to meet you. You just got in from Florida?
Yeah, man, I actually just got in from Miami about 30 minutes ago.
Did you fly here just to get a haircut?
That's part of it. That was actually a big part of it.
All
I
right.
said, you know what? First stop is going to be Beardbrand Barbershop.
All right, well, let's go.
Let's do it.
Definitely has an overgrown beard. Does not look like he's from Miami.
Yeah.
His hair is grown out. But here's a couple of things that I was thinking. One, mullet.
Always a mullet. It's always got to be on the list, the menu.
Second option would be something where you just kind of clean it up, leave it overgrown so it can continue to grow out.
Are we gonna add the jawline?
We will add the jawline, the nose, the cheeks. No. Option 3.
Like a low skin fade, low skin taper, some length up top. How are we liking this beard situation? We wanna maintain some of this beard, or are we hacking it down?
I don't know. Let's get into it, because this is the other option.
Now that's nice. I don't know if he's ever had a cut as aggressive as that, and he's got the length to have some fun with the top like that, and then with his beard overgrown, bringing it back and making him look a little bit more papi chulo, Miami ready. I think we can have some fun with that one. And like I said, I don't think he's ever had something like that, so that'd be a nice little treat.
Let's get it.
Let's do it. So we looked at a couple of inspirational photos, and yeah, man, we're gonna do something that we probably haven't done before, but it still look fucking great on you.
There you go.
Something that should be able to be recreated.
There you go.
Looking your best, but yeah, just mix it up a bit.
That works for me.
Get dialed back in. How long has it been since the last cut?
It's been about 2 months, maybe a little bit longer. Honestly, I couldn't, what was it? Maybe like end of June?
All right.
Yeah, a little bit longer than 2 months. So my last cut, I've had a couple of haircuts while I've been in Miami. Hasn't worked out the best. So I said, you know what? I'm gonna go see my boy Bob, because he always knows what's best.
The haircuts that you've been getting out there, man, it's just been a little while since you've gotten a cut. You're trying to find the right barber. What's you trying some different stuff out?
Yeah, man. So like, honestly, I started. Hold on. Mullets are in nowadays, right? Or so they say.
Not in. They've never gone away,
They
man.
never went away. No, man. Like I think the first time I tried to get a cut out there, I was being really lazy. There's a barbershop right across the street from me, so I went there and had about the worst haircut experience I've had since I've been a grown-up.
Oh man, I'm sorry about that.
So I didn't go back the second time, even though it was right across the street. Especially because I paid like $80, and I mean it just was not good. So next time I did a little bit more research. I had a bit more time to think about it, and I went to another guy a little bit outside of my neighborhood, and even that was like, I think it was just like hard to explain exactly what I wanted without having a lot of pictures, right? Yeah. So it was better, but it still wasn't like exactly what I wanted. I'm a creature of habit. I've been coming here for what now? Like 5-6 years, something like that.
Usually, yeah.
So it's hard to find a replacement for something like that.
Yeah, I saw you on the calendar, and I was really stoked because I wanted to catch up, man, see how Miami's treating you. Yeah. Other than the interesting haircuts, how's the city?
It's good, man. It's good. I've spent a lot of time kind of just like getting to know the city. I've taken like a few PTO days here and there, like take a Friday off, take a Monday off, go check out some new restaurants, go take some long walks on the beach, right? Make that a reality now. I don't just say that, you know.
Is that in your Tinder profile?
Exactly, you know, yeah.
I mean it now.
Yeah, I mean it now. Exactly. So really it's just kind of like trying to get to know the city a bit more. It's so massive that it's like, I think I'm learning something new about it every single day. So I started growing this beard, I want to say about 2018, 2019, and it took me a really long time for it to really grow in. It grew in like really patchy for a few months, and so for the longest time I really just wanted to give up and shave it all off, because that's all I would do is just shave it every day. But I kind of just grew into it. I went through the gross phase of like, everybody's like, what is that guy doing? And then eventually I started kind of just like getting it shaped up right. It started looking good. And then I can't remember when it was. I want to say it was like 2021, 2020. I came to this guy and I said, hey man, I want to get rid of the beard because it got really long. Yeah, it was right after COVID because it was like where I hadn't gone about 4 months since I had been here. And I said, dude, I want to get rid of the beard completely. And he would not get rid of it. He was like, no. He was like, we're not doing that. He goes, I have a better idea. And I said, all right, man, I trust you. So we did, I think, the smallest version of my beard that I've done in a really long time since then or before. And so after that, I was like, all right, fine, I'll keep the beard. And that's all it's been, man. It kind of just grows in and out, and I chop it down, but I never get completely rid of it.
One of the things I typically pick up on when guys visit other barbers is the top of the hair. And I'll, when I comb through it and really give it an inspection, I'll look for stuff that might be a little overgrown in one direction, a little too over-directed. Sometimes barbers can tend to fly through a haircut where they take some big combing sections and there's like a lot of wave to the cut. But typically on the fade aspect of it, guys, you know, barbers know how to fade. So apparently I don't, but like the rest of the barbers in the world know how to fade. So yeah, it's usually the top of the hair that I'll see has some room for improvement. So I'm reacquainting myself with the thickness of his hair, the shape of his head. Like you were asking before, seeing what maybe a previous barber has done.
Did you say the thickness of his head?
The thickness of his head. Hey, Arton. But yeah, the approach is, you know, we're trying to emulate a haircut that maybe he hasn't had before. Trying to give it something that's going to be, you know, what's the word? Wait, what happened was that now that I know that Cisco's listening, I started to get a little nervous, man. It's like, son of a. Any of the other fools, I'm not worried about it. Now back to the. So you were asking about like what we were looking at as we're cutting the hair here. We used some picture inspiration. I'm trying to emulate a little bit of that on Lewis's head, right? It's been a minute since he's been in the shop with us, so I'm reacquainting myself with the shape of his head, the thickness of his hair, maybe what the previous barber has left. So yeah, it's just a little bit of a process of chipping away and making sure that the haircut that we're trying to go for is even possible. Sometimes you have to make adjustments for cowlicks or you know, density of hair. Sometimes there's a you know, even just like where their ears are shaped, you know, where their ears are placed on their head, the fade can't be as high as others. Like little weird things like that sometimes you run into. Yeah, I think the combination of shorter size for Lewis with some more fun up top will be a nice combo. Something that we honestly haven't tried before. Maybe a little variation here and there from his classic cuts when he was sitting in the chair more often, but yeah, this should be right up his, you know, right up his alley, right in his wheelhouse. So I'm usually really good at guessing how long people's hair is. This is right around 4 inches. If we measure that, damn it, boy, look at that, on the money. Movie magic. If we leave this here because it's going to look great now, how long can he live with it? Is it something that he's going to be willing to put some effort in to style it consistently so he can match that look that we're going for every time? When we're cutting people's hair and they show us a picture, they're looking at the final result, but we also have to consider the frequency of their haircuts. You know, what kind of tools do they have in their possession? Are they the kind of people that are going to take the time to, you know, wash it and condition it and blow dry it and use a certain type of comb or brush? How much product do they have? Do they have a couple of options in that? So when, like I said, people can look at the pictures and like, damn, that's a good haircut, can you give me this? And the answer is maybe.
How long would your hair have to get a rat tail?
I mean, the thing is, like, we could have started the day with yours. It was long enough. A couple inches, man. Someone with really small fingers could braid that, you know?
So yours would work, huh?
Oh yeah, because little fingers, I get it.
Handlebars.
Handlebar it is.
Handlebar it is.
I'll get you back. I have Kenny get you back, man.
Coming to caveman.
This is some of our utility softener, Old Fortune. Nice little collaboration with Jeremy Sears.
It smells really good.
It does. Yeah, it'll stick with you for sure. But throwing it in before the hot towel will help soften up the hair. Make sure that moisture gets down to the skin. Soften up the follicles so as we shave it, it'll pop right off.
I'm hoping there was like bubbles in the hot tub. There were. There were. You didn't even know? Because you had like a silencer on or something? We only found out. I don't think we've ever actually known anybody that has gone from that material. No, we all did everything together pretty much. I don't think so, bro. The first night, all the guys. Which is a girl from Vegas? Yeah.
So I got some of our Old Fortune
Look at that.
utility balm. Put that back into the beard. Gives it a little bit of shine, a little bit of nourishment, a little bit of hold. Smells great. Helps soothe the skin after getting shaved.
Okay. Yeah, I feel about 10 pounds lighter.
I mean,
And I look about 10 pounds lighter.
well, let's not get too far ahead of ourselves.
I was just trying to lie to myself so I could go get some more tacos, bro.
What we have done is we give you a low skin fade. It's about 2 on the edges right here as it transitions into this length up top, and we kept a lot more length. You've grown it out. It's been a minute. We can always chop it off, but growing it is so much more work. So since you've got it, let's enjoy it a little bit. You said that you have a blow dryer. Now that the beard's a little bit shorter, you use that blow dryer on the hair now, because this guy, it's a little bit more tapered, a little bit more tailored. Blended out the sideburns just a tad bit more. Kind of help out with some of the transparency they have in the sides here, but you always have a lot of density in the front. Let's make it work. So kind of narrow it out, give it a tad bit more of a point towards the bottom of your face to help stretch it out a bit. So narrowing the sides, keeping taking advantage of this length. So when you're getting ready to use your sea salt spray, you make sure you give it a pretty good shake. Loosen up that clay in the sea salt spray. Lift up your hair and shoot towards the root the bottom of the hair strands, because as we blow dry it out, it's gonna drag some of that product from the bottom to the top. And since we want to get rid of some of this wave and really give it some volume and some texture flowing back. Get some volume. You can really exaggerate it with the blow dryer, and with that sea salt spray, what's really nice is that as it builds up in the hair and starts to activate with the dryer and just the texture of your hair, you get a little bit of control, you get a little bit of volume. The thing is, it's nice and workable. So even with thicker hair like Lewis's, where it's got a little bit of a wave, it's got some thickness to it, it's still movable. It still has a nice little dry finish to it, so it's not gonna look like you had a ton of product in it, even though, like, even with a little bit of direction, it'll stay where you want it to go, which is really cool. So you're on the beach, there's a lot of wind, you know, that your hair's gonna get blown around a little bit. A product like sea salt spray is gonna make it look natural, like you're not trying so hard, but at the same time, as soon as you're back into a spot where you need to lock it in, you usually run your fingers through it. You know, we'll send you home with one of our combs, pocket combs, so you can just have that on you at all times. And yeah, just run that through there and you're back in business. If you want to add a little bit more hold to it because you know you don't have that time, that's when you would throw in some of our styling paste. Just small pea-sized amount. And since your hair is already dried, it's got some sea salt spray in it, you want to apply it when the product is pretty dry, almost clear, and starts to get sticky, because I want to use a little bit of the product as possible on the areas that I want to really lock in. If you were to throw this in when it's too wet, it might reactivate those curls, it might add a little too much shine. So this is just to help some of those little stubborn areas, like if you've got a cowlick, or right here that you got a little bit of a side part and you want to really lock that in. The styling paste is going to be your friend in helping tame some of those crazier hairs. And then whatever you got left in your palms, in your hands, use that to lock in that beard as well.
Pulling up to the fam's house. Let's see if they notice anything different.
Hey!
What up?
Wait, you look different.
Oh no! Yeah, what up?
Fresh fade in. Okay. Yeah.
What up? Hey, Papa.
Oh, you got a haircut. I like the beard.
The beard looking fresh, right? That's what I said.
Oh, ya se cortó el pelo. No. Fresh fade Friday.
I was just trying to match my nephew. We don't know what to do with that.
Don't do that.
Happy?
Happy.